anytime we talk about fashion, we have to get hot. So we have to say a special good morning to Xavier Walker, who's founder of the Caribbean Fashion Collective. Co-founder is Norca Vasquez, and we also have another co-founder in Stuella DeVille. Good morning and welcome to Morning Barbados.
Good morning.
Wonderful to have all of you with us. Now, Caribbean Fashion Collective is an exciting new platform aimed at fostering the creative spirit and cultural diversity of fashion designers with a special focus on the vibrant Caribbean community. Now, we know we have lots to offer by way of fashion. So I'll start with you, Xavier, as the one guy among the two beautiful ladies to talk a
Always.
little bit about the establishing of the Caribbean Fashion Collective.
All right. So for me personally, Caribbean Fashion Collective has been a vision of mine for the past 4 years. But I don't myself I could have done it. I'm like, yeah, let me not bother because I don't think I'm able to do it. But then I'm producing other shows for designers and giving them the exposure that they deserve, but yet still my Caribbean people are not getting it. So I'm like, you know what? Within this year, like a few months ago, I said to Norca, like, hey, I think I'm going to start. And she was like, I told you you should do it. So I decided to put my foot out there and to start for Capital Fashion Collective because, as I mentioned, I'm giving up our other opportunities to designers and why not give it to my own people as well?
All right, for you, Stuwala, once you heard about this, was it a no-brainer to be able to jump on? And what do you expect of the Caribbean Fashion Collective in terms of being able to provide that platform?
Oh my gosh, when he brought it to my attention, it was like, yes, yes, and more yes. We don't really get too many Caribbean designers as models. So when he brought up that idea to give the platform for Caribbean designers, it was a no brainer for me. And I just expect for us to go to London, Paris, New York, and to just be all over the world. We want to give designers a platform to showcase their designs right here in New York City.
That's wonderful. Share your experience, Norca, with being kind of pulled in to this platform for Caribbean designers.
Well, for me, my experience was I want to make sure that I give the designers network opportunities, access to key industry players such as buyers, media, and influencers, because most of the times these designers are restricted and it hinders the designer's ability to connect with valuable contacts and just showcase, what they have, their art, their work, and, their passion.
Now, for you, Xavier, I think it's important for us to make the connection with what makes fashion in the Caribbean so much different from the fashion that we're seeing maybe in other places. So there are warm places around the world, but I think when we intermingle with our unique cultures as we move across the region, that's what makes all the difference. What say you?
For me personally, like one thing I can say, once you see your Caribbean folks in the street, you can tell that person's from the Caribbean. Just the way how they dress, how they talk, how they walk. And before I started the collective, I also did a research and I realized a lot of bigger brands come to the Caribbean and get inspiration from our local designers and then go back and, create a mass production in terms of fashion and make a profit off it. But they're making a profit off what the Caribbean has produced in other words. So we don't get highlighted to be seen. And when we do have a few people who are in the room who can bring us to the table, they're gatekeepers. So I'm like, at the end of the day, Career Fashion stands out wherever you go, point blank, period. And for me personally, if I can, if it's even open a crack at the door for you to peep in or come right on in, I'll try my best to do so because in reality, like we are unique. Like we are unique people. Everybody want to be a part of the Caribbean, and everybody I met have some Caribbean culture, even if they're not from the Caribbean.
We're seeing the connections every single day, or people seeking to make those connections. Um, Tell us, for you, Miss DeVille, I love the name. For you, what sets this platform apart from every other platform? And I heard you talking about there being so many gatekeepers. So, what will set you apart? Because for me, that will mean accessibility. That means access first and foremost. That means being able to be seen, being able to be heard. So, what will make this particular platform through your collective a whole lot different from maybe some of the others that are already out there?
So we're going to be giving you full control, not too much control, but control as far as this is your platform, this is your show, these are your models. We're providing makeup artists, hairstylists, influencers are going to be there, publications are going to be there. We're giving these designers what most of these other shows aren't giving them.
That's beautiful. And Miss Vasquez, for you, what are your hopes for this initiative? For designers and the people who are part of the industry to be able to build on. So, what are some of your personal goals, maybe, for moving the platform forward?
Well, not only do I want to show diversity, my goal is to make sure that we develop mentorships, initiatives for them to be paired with other, creators and be able to open doors as well as give them insights of how they can continue to elevate their brand, how they can continue to show the world what they have to bring to the table and like piggyback from Stella, just kind of open the world to them. Make sure that they are able to go out and showcase in places like Paris, London, Milan, Tokyo, and so on.
Wonderful stuff for you, Xavier. I know, as we mentioned, the Caribbean influence on a lot of designers from this part of the world is particularly undeniable. We have a more active fashion industry or a fashion industry in some islands and maybe not in others. So, will there be a heavy focus on some more than others, or are you working on development across the board as well?
So I'm working on development across the board for the entire Caribbean. At the end of the day, we are exclusive platform. So we're not just want to limit ourselves just to Caribbean designers because what if a designer here want to also showcase but don't have the platform to do so, we are going to be very much inclusive. But however, we're highlighting the Caribbean only because we don't get that much highlight. Even if you're not living in the Caribbean but from like a Caribbean descent, we welcome you as well because at the end of the day, I know the biggest fashion market is going to be Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad. But however, Dominica is right there as well. Puerto Rico is right there as well. And Puerto Rico is a very high fashion market as well, but they just don't tap into it. And then when the Puerto Rican designers come to New York to do Fashion Week, one of them expressed to me that they don't get the spotlight or the light they thought they would get by coming here because, of course, most people just want to put on a show, take your money, and just go keep it moving. For us, we've been there, done that. We're not about that. We are giving people opportunity that they deserve, but we want to highlight our Caribbean culture because we are one of one.
Yeah, and for you, Stuella, I saw you nodding in agreement with a lot of what Xavier was saying.
Yes, so just to piggyback off of him, based off a conversation we had with a prior designer, he was looking for publication, he was looking for buyers, he was looking for stylists and models, and he didn't get any of that. So he paid all this money to not get anything that he was looking for. So we as a collective, we're going to make sure that we provide all of that for the designers because we want for them to have that next platform to showcase their designs here again in New York, in Tokyo, in Milan, in London, and we're just ready and excited.
So, Norco, how do we connect with you? I said we as though I'm a designer too. I don't want to be left out. But how are we able to connect with you to be able to be a part of this incredible platform?
Well, we are already online, so you can find us at Caribbean Fashion Collective in Instagram. We are in Twitter. We are also available. We're going to be building also our YouTube page, so you can log in there. Look at the applications if you want to sign up as a designer, also as a model, and if you're looking for media as well.
All right, that's excellent. And for you, Xavier, uh, remind us of all the ways that designers who sign up will be able to, showcase their products because we hear you talking about moving to all of the major cities where we have these big showings, New York in particular. I think if people get a showing at New York Fashion Week, they feel like, okay, I've reached the pinnacle. So for you, how are you making these connections that you're in turn able to share with the people who are a part of the platform?
So the fun thing is, everyone here on this platform, we all started modeling. Like I started modeling in Jamaica freelance, wasn't much there. Come to New York, did freelance for a year. I got discovered from EMG models, where I work with brands like Target, Michael Kors, Karl Lagerfeld. And so I built a name to some extent and network with people to the point where I'm now an agent for EMG models. So I'm no longer just a model. I'm also helping other models with their career to find their path. So for the fact that I'm able to do all these things in within 9 years, because I've been living in this country for 9 years. It's just the fact that like people keep coming to me like, oh, can you help? Can you help? Can you help? Because we see what you're doing and want to be a part of what you're doing, and we love for you to assist us. So I'm like, okay, since everybody want the assistance, by all means, I have the resources. My co-founders have the resources, so therefore, why can't we not do it? So I always tell designers, if you want to be a part, just go on the website on caribbeanfashioncollective.com, fill out the design application form there, and of course, after that, we'll review and then have a meeting with you guys and see where you want to go. Like, yes, for now, we're going to start off with New York because that's our strongest point, and we're going to also get you an official New York Fashion Week calendar. So it's not just going to be a show where it's not advertised. It will be advertised to the eyes who need to see it. And after that, we did it up in New York and we move on to different countries such as London, Milan, and Paris. But for now, we're focused on New York because that's our strongest vocal point.
Absolutely. And I think, Stuella, for a lot of us, when we think fashion and exporting fashion, we automatically go to runway or to catalogs. But there's so much more to fashion in terms of being able to get your work seen and bought and get the level of exposure that you need to be able to make it sustainable.
Oh yeah, networking plays a very, very big part with that. So it's always great to network when you're at events, when you're at your fashion show, talk to other models, talk to photographers, talk to designers. And that is the main way to focus on getting the additional information that you need, whether it's to showcase your designs, whether it's to become a model, whether it's to find someone in media and PR. Networking is always that best option to go.
All right, and for you, Norca, can you talk about the support and resources and the Caribbean Fashion Collective will provide for emerging designers specifically? I know you mentioned the platforms, you talked about the models and the makeup artists, but I think it's important to reinforce so that they understand it's a complete platform where you are coming to be able to showcase your services and your products.
Something that we didn't mention before is that besides, being models and in the fashion world, within the production, we will make sure that we help the designers come out to light. We will also work with the PRs in order to bring in those buyers that they need to connect with in order for them to get their designs out there even more, as well as, like I said, mentorship, helping them addressing those challenges that they're facing. And not only will they elevate their brands, but gain more visibility. We will connect them as much as we can to media. We will make sure that they're highlighted. We will give them access to what they need in order for their brand to be visibly worldwide.
I know that you're pushing Xavier for this brand to be culturally representative of the Caribbean, and that's going to mean really just building a bridge for Caribbean designers and others to introduce our unique heritage. Do you anticipate that this can be a challenge? I know many of our models, particularly from Jamaica, have been received with open arms in the rest of the world. But do you feel as though the fashion will be received in pretty much the same way?
Yes, I'm going to agree with you because number one, there's going to be challenges in everything you do, to be honest with you. And especially for most Caribbean designers who have been on different platforms before who got burned, like, why should I trust you now with your platform if I've been burned by ABC 1, 2, 3? So that's going to be a challenge is to convince people that you can, like, to come up with us. We're actually here to assist you and not just burn you. I think our Caribbean mark passion will be received because, as I mentioned before, everybody wants to be a part of the Caribbean. Whether it's the music, whether it's the food, whether it's the clothes, everybody wants to be a part of the Caribbean, even if they're not a part of the Caribbean. When I go to like some, just in the streets, for example, and I say, "Oh, I'm Jamaican," they're like, "Oh my God, I've been to Jamaica," and everybody has a story. So one thing I noticed when it comes on to the Caribbean, everybody want to be included. So therefore, I think the Caribbean passion will be received the best way possible, and for the fact that we have the platform for it to have visibility, it will be received in a good way.
All right, that's excellent. Stuella, for you, success stories, hopes for the platform. I know when you invest this much time, effort, and energy, you want results, but there's some measure of personal gratification that you're searching for as well.
I am just hoping for us to just be as big as we know that we can be. All three of us have started at the bottom and have worked our way all the way up to where we are. So, not from just being models, but casting directors, model coordinators, back of house, front of house. We've done it all. So, we know what we can provide, and we are just excited and ready for designers to come on board.
I thought that you were going to start singing the song. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
I was
Started
waiting
from
for
the bottom, now. Okay, I won't sing. I won't sing. What about you, Norca? What about you? You know, your hopes for the platform.
Oh my God. I get so excited every time that I've asked, a question regarding this because not only do I get to kind of give my side of my creativity and bring whatever the designer's desires to life and whatever their vision is, for me, it's just making sure that we bring out those smiles and hope because we always want that hope and we want a great outcome. So I'm excited. We are all excited. We're ready for work and we're here. So we can't wait to see what the designers bring to the table.
All right, that's good stuff. So it's an open casting call for everyone, Xavier. You know, they reach out to you and then you look at the body of work. Tell us quickly how it works so people can jump on. I hope by the time we get off air, there are so many people bombarding your platform that you're like, we should have never gone on Morning Barbados.
I'm bringing it. So how it works is it's quite simple. You just go on the website. There's application form there. You go on the registration form tab. You fill out the application form there. After you fill out the application form, we will then review your body of work. And I want you to put. I want designers to apply who really put blood, sweat, and tears in your work. Like I want to see design. I want to see a fabulous collection. So when you apply, make sure you have something ready to show that hey, this is what I've done in the past, this is what I can do, so we can really push you because it's hard to push somebody who only, and it's no shade of disrespect to anybody who does t-shirt and hoodies, but to me that's just the norm. Like I can design my own t-shirt and hoodie online. So I want someone who understands this blood, sweat, and tears in designing. So apply online, we review your work, we then schedule a Zoom meeting, and I take it from there.
All right, good stuff. Thank you all for sharing with us. I most certainly hope that we can have a more in-depth conversation in future, but I can see the potential in Caribbean Fashion Collective in really showcasing the amazing artists that we have here in the Caribbean, because I love to call them that. So thank you so much, Xavier Walker, Norca Vasquez, Tuella DeVille,
Thank
co-founders
you.
of Caribbean Fashion Collective. Check them out on Instagram and online as well to be a part of the movement. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. No, we'll
Thank
be
Thank
back.
you
You
you.
so
see,
much for having us. Thank you.
thank
All
you
right,
again. Appreciate
wonderful
it.
to have them here. I know there are lots of designers out there, and some people who might be thinking, you know, I need to get to the next level. This might be the right thing for you to make that next big step.
Morning, morning.